The denial, swift and absolute, hit the wires first. I never used zombie tobacco.
That was the official stance from young Carp infielder Hatakayama, speaking regarding the ongoing internal investigation spurred by rumors involving illicit substances, often cryptically referred to as zombie tobacco in the Japanese sports media sphere.
But the sports world, having been burned countless times by athletes attempting damage control, merely raised an eyebrow.
Shadar. The eyebrow shot clean off the skull shortly thereafter when the second wave of news dropped, confirming the damning evidence. Authorities had found the physical substances, described as the goods, securely located inside Hatakayama's residence.
The internet reaction threads, the modern-day water cooler of Japanese professional baseball, immediately exploded in a collective chorus of frustration and dark humor.
Reiwa's killer, one user quipped, referencing the player's supposed talent for killing his own career, must have been zombified himself, brain wiped clean of all memories.
Another reaction summarized the immediate cynicism. He just possessed it, didn't use it, right? Typical, weak defense.
Skedar. The collective disgust wasn't just about the substance use itself, a career-ending offense in NPB. It was the amateurish, instantly debunked denial.
There was a palpable sense of betrayal from fans who had rooted for the young player's potential. Why bother lying when the physical evidence was literally sitting on your kitchen table?
Skadar. The threads quickly veered into broader social commentary, drawing sharp parallels to national politics. Don't expect accurate memories from a zombie, one comment noted darkly.
This generation grew up watching the LDP government lie constantly, refusing to admit wrongdoing, no matter how egregious or obvious the facts were. Why should professional athletes be any different?
For many, simply saying, "I possessed it and made a mistake," would have been a poor defense, but far more honorable than the current, easily disproven fabrication.
This incident immediately earned the Hiroshima Carp the cynical moniker, the Hiroshima Thrillers, marking yet another sensational scandal tied to the organization in recent memory.
Hatakeyama was not just some minor league filler. He was the kind of utility player every championship contending team needed. Fast, defensively agile, capable of slotting into multiple spots on the infield.
He was on the cusp of becoming an immovable fixture in the Carp lineup, possessing the raw athleticism that scouts drool over.
Shadar. If he could have just stabilized his game and kept his focus, he would have been a lockdown regular. What an incredible waste of potential. Absolutely foolish. The question then shifted to the Carp organization itself. Why the initial fierce defense from the player? Was he told to deny it at all costs?
The Carp have historically been criticized for a culture that attempts to contain internal crises rather than tackle them head-on. This isn't the club's first brush with internal controversy. They've attempted to brush aside serious issues, even previous reports of player indiscretion and affairs, often concluding things with a simple, quiet admonishment.
The term Carp family head syndrome, a local culture where loyalty overrides ethical responsibility, was frequently invoked.
Shada. The organization fostered an environment where players felt they could lie their way out of trouble, or was this pure, panic-driven self-sabotage by the player?
The details surrounding the police involvement only muddled the waters further.
Reports suggested that when law enforcement arrived, the initial anonymous caller who reported the activity was, bizarrely, either Hatakayama himself or someone immediately connected to him. What was he thinking?
Shada.
Did he think turning himself in would somehow mitigate the offense? The confusion implies a desperate, botched attempt to control the narrative before things completely unraveled.
This ceased to be just a personal problem for Hatakeyama. It rapidly escalated into an issue for the carp and ultimately for the integrity of Nippon professional baseball.
Drug-related scandals, especially those involving substances commonly associated with serious criminal activity, erode fan trust and damage the careful balance of image and sponsorship that sustains the league.
Shedar, Commissioner must take swift, decisive action. The severity is magnified not only by the possession and presumed use of the illicit substance, but by the brazen, documented lie that followed.
When an athlete denies the facts while the evidence is literally in their possession, it suggests a profound disrespect for the disciplinary process and the fans.
This incident serves as a brutal warning shot across the bow of all young NPB players. The cost of a few moments of reckless behavior is the destruction of an entire professional life.
For Hatakeyama, a promising career is almost certainly terminated, ending not with a championship run or retirement ceremony, but with a public lie and a devastating fall from grace.
The shame, unfortunately, will linger, casting a long shadow over the future stability and ethical conduct expected within the Hiroshima organization and the league as a whole.